Sam, just a great competitor in Stanford athletic history, and anyone in any sport. Graduated, maybe you can tell me what you graduated in. You went on the tour, did a great job out there, and stopped at the top. And from there, what are you doing now, and what do you see in the future for Sam Warburg?
That's a good question. I worry a lot about the future. I feel like I'm a little behind because for so long I've played tennis, and I think I have some unique skills, a very different skill set than a lot of other people. You know, I've learned how to fend for myself in unusual, difficult, kind of abstract situations. But you know, I don't have the technical background that probably someone who studied engineering and then had a master's in engineering or something like that has. And in this area, it's very difficult, and I feel like I'm a bit behind in that respect. But in undergrad, I studied broadcast journalism. Thought I wanted to be a reporter. Thought I wanted to write and then maybe be on camera. Actually did that a little bit towards the end of my career. Got in the booth.
You are on camera now.
Got in the booth at the U.S. Open and Wimbledon, and at the Canadian Open and the Rogers Cup with some of the guys from ESPN and World Feed. Liked it, thought it was interesting, but at the end of the day, just didn't feel like it was enough. It felt kind of repetitive, which is how I felt from the tour. So, but yeah, I'm
working now.
Yeah, working now. I'm working commercial real estate, specializing in office leasing. This area is great for that, with all the new innovative companies that are growing and getting venture funding. I love the tech world, and I've learned this year that the tech world is somewhere where I want to be for a long time. And it's just so interesting, all the companies that have these incredibly just ingenious ideas. So I feel very lucky to be in this area, and I hope to in the future continue to be in the tech world, and I hope to catch up on the other parts of my life that have been kind of behind while I was playing tennis.
Other questions?
So you described the rigorous of the tour, and it sounds like the fitness level is the differentiation between, because all the players have the good shots, but some guys are more fit than others. So do you attribute that to sort of like their genetics or DNA, or do they just work harder? Or what makes a guy a top 10 player?
I can't imagine people working too much harder, to be honest. I mean, I'm not necessarily than me. I mean, I know I work extremely hard. I see some guys work really hard on the tour. Tommy Robredo, David Ferrer, I mean, these guys play 4-hour matches and then go to the gym and are just soaked. And, it's crazy. But then I've never seen Rafael Nadal lift a weight or run a sprint in my entire time on the tour. So it's got to make you kind of wonder a little bit. I mean, I don't know what he's doing when he leaves the site, but he's not doing anything on site. Neither is Roger. I've never seen Roger do anything. So I think there are genetic freaks. I mean, they're, for heaven's sakes, they're top 200 in the world. I mean, top 200 in the world in anything is kind of freakish. And they're blessed. I mean, you can see some of these guys when they play. I mean, how strong they are. It's impressive to play a sport that is heavily cardio focused. And in cardio, you lean out and slim down, and how strong and bulky they are. For example, like a Songa or a Feliciano Lopez. These guys, Verdasco, these guys are huge. I mean, in person, they're huge. So it's big guys. It's hard to. So I don't know if I answered your question. Sorry.
You might have covered this before. I came in a little bit late, so I apologize if this was asked earlier. But when you were like 10 or 12, how hard did you work? How much practice? All that kind of good stuff.
When I was his age, I was wearing that hat, and I was playing first base and center field, and that's all I was thinking about.
So you didn't start tennis till later?
No, I was playing tennis, but I mean, I have a very different path than I think many kids do now, and kids were doing back then. I went to a normal school all the way through. I didn't go to any tennis academies. My parents were very focused on me with academics, and obviously I thank them very much for that. That was, I think, really important. Most of my friends who played on the tour didn't go to normal schools, went down to Florida, went to Europe, played in academies. And
so you describe yourself as like more well-rounded from the athletic
standpoint, I hope so.
earlier in age.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I think so. I feel pretty comfortable talking around all you guys, and I think my friends probably wouldn't, just from being so like tennis focused for so long. But yeah, when I was his age, I was swimming, baseball, soccer, and tennis. I mean, changing in the back of my mom's car from one practice to the other. And I stopped everything at 12 for tennis and realized that I needed constant change and activity, and I needed to, you know, be individual and have my brain like stimulated all the time. I just have a lot of energy.
Phil.
I have a question. I see certain players, especially today with money, you know, being more doubles focused or singles focused. Was that ever something you thought about, or singles always kind of a driving force of doubles was available at the tournament?
Yeah, it's a great question. I thought a lot about doubles because I had a lot of success in doubles. I felt comfortable playing doubles, and in college it was something that I came a little easier.
Sam was an NCAA doubles champion. All that stuff.
The thing about that is that in terms of the playing, the competitiveness, for me it felt like I wasn't able to kind of fulfill that edge that I talked about. She asked me what my angle, or Ellie asked me what my angle was earlier, and that kind of like competitive drive that kind of wanted to like almost be in a brawl, kind of that mental state. And doubles is the way they changed the rules. It's no outscoring. There's no third set. I mean, it takes 45 minutes. And I would just also, you know, traveling to Barcelona one week and Paris the next week just to play 45 minutes of a match where you know, there's 4 guys on the court instead of 2, and just felt like not quite enough. Also, financially is, I mean, it's smaller dollar value and tougher to make it to the top in terms of consistency at the top. I mean, I think you can get there, but then staying there is really tough. There's a few guys from Stanford who are on the teams with me, Scott Lipsky and David Martin. I mean, they've made it up there, but
Wait, did you overlap with the Bryans?
I did not. No, I did not. But it's just it's a really different life. I really wanted to focus on singles. I felt like that was a bigger challenge for me personally, and I don't know. So I hope I answered your question.
No.